Catus Maximus here. I forgot to hit record before when I was talking about the shelf empty. This is Vevor's $220 72 by 16 by 32 shelf. It's a promotional product. Or it's a cabinet. Don't have the doors installed because what I had, they wouldn't have fit with what I was putting on it or in it. Fortunately, pretty easy. It came pretty good condition. The box wasn't torn up, even though a couple of the panels still had some dents. As you can see right here, there's like a light dent. And the lid also had, or the top panel, need a little bit of work, but I don't complain too much. Metal office furniture is really, really expensive. So Vevor sending this out for $220, I believe, with free shipping. Considering the box weighs 100 pounds, I mean, it's a good deal. You're going to get what you expect. You want something a lot better, spend $500. You'll get something a lot better. So I think it's overall pretty well designed. 200-pound rating on the shelves. If we do take a look here, we can see that they do have gussets. 200-pound rating is evenly distributed. Not 200-pound block of steel in the middle of a shelf that'll collapse it. The shelf probably has around 100 pounds, but it's more evenly distributed. This shelf is loaded up with books. Books are more evenly distributed. It's bowing a little bit, maybe a little bit hard to see, but really not too bad. Overall, I'm satisfied. And for $220 for a shop cabinet, it's really not too bad at all. Pretty rigid. It is a box structure in the corners, and it actually doesn't have much flex at all or motion, especially considering I probably have 400 pounds on this shelf. And if you're not going to move the shelves around, they do sit flat against the side. So what you could do is put in some additional sheet metal screws to lock the sides in with the shelves. That will create more box structure, and then it won't even twist. Anyway, I'll have a couple bits about assembly work. I appreciate Vevor sending this to me. Not much of a video to make about a cabinet, but besides, it actually works, to tell you the truth. I mean, the bottom shelves is actually probably the sturdiest, just because, and I'll show you, there are these welded steel kind of clips, wide clips that hold the back, the two sides and the back, and on the two, it has a split back so it can come into a smaller flat pack box. And another screw that holds the center, so the bottom can actually hold quite a bit of weight. Other than that, I took the product because obviously I needed some space to stack some stuff. Anyway, I should finish up that due to the little micro slots, you can adjust the shelves however you want. And I appreciate everybody who's been watching. See you next time. Inside the box, they do have, it is styrofoam, but it's protected on all sides. And I do like this. They have these super thin, but they still are steel end caps on each end to try to prevent it from getting dinged up. And then they, of course, use like this thin foam sheeting in between the panels. They did use a whole bunch of packing foam. And actually, the top of the bottom of the box was using what looks like 3/16 medium density fiberboard. It has some dings and a couple cracks, but actually it's overall usable, and you can use those for shelf liners. Actually like that. And to compare to some other reviews online, this shelf right here, I believe this is the top. You can see that warble right there. That's the worst. Everything else is actually pretty darn straight. Well, these two end protector cap things were a little bent, but I straightened them out, and they're actually kind of nice as trays. It actually, surprisingly enough, comes with assembly gloves. And here's our hardware kit. And this really oddball, super cheap, if I can, reversible screwdriver, so slot head and Phillips. Quick look at the hardware. All the screws are the same. There are two of these pegs, two of these little L brackets. These are little holders for the magnets. These are the door magnets that kind of sit in the holders and snap in. We got some plastic caps. We got a master key plus an additional 2 keys. Shelf clips. 4 larger screws, so you want to keep those off to the side. And I had this screw right here, which you can see is not particularly usable. Anyway, 3 washers, but apparently looking at the parts list, there should have only been 2, so they gave an extra washer. So here's the bottom. There's the bottom plates. The little plastic caps go in the through holes. I just left them out. These feet actually do sink below the surface, so you can put in the feet, but if it's going to be, like in my case, on carpet, or if you just want on the hard surface without using the feet, you can just sink them in, and they'll actually go below the edge of these plates. Definitely put in these plates. They help add a bunch of rigidity. I did have, once again, one misformed screw here, as you can see, with a smaller head. And that one screw goes right in the middle of the underside of the bottom shelf, so the front edge doesn't want to cave. And all the shelves do have at least center ribs in them.